ladies and gentlemen, this is Heinz Gaming coming at you with another Battlefield 3 commentary, and in this video, it's going to be my state of Battlefield Week 2, and that is right, I said Week 2, because guess what, naysayers? The game actually made it to Week 2. That is right, the game did not die, the game did not spontaneously combust because of its horrible art direction, and guess what, the servers actually got better, so no one actually stopped playing because of server issues. So, just kind of want to say ha 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 if you canceled your pre-order because you're really missing out. Um, Basically, on this State of the Union or State of Battlefield, sorry, I'm going to be talking about the startup of competitive play, as well as a few issues, not really issues, a few things that I want to talk about that I noticed in me playing Battlefield for the last week. So. Before I start, I want to thank a few guys for helping me out with my logo slash banner thing. octoxEpicDuels, RespectxdMLG, Chad LOL, and SCYMODINO because I do not want to try and pronounce your name. Szymodinho, I think. I have no idea. But every channel link will be in the description for you guys to check out. And what these guys did is basically help me out with my logo and banner issue for my Facebook and Twitter, which will be up soon. I haven't really had time to work on it because I've been playing Battlefield and doing college stuff. So basically, yeah, probably by next week that stuff will be up, and I'll give you guys the link to that. But let's go ahead and talk about what I want to talk about, and that is the startup of competitive Battlefield play, which is basically being led by ESL's tournament that starts on Monday, that I am actually in with my Flawless Victory clanmates. In case you didn't know, it is a 8v8 conquest, with the maps being 32 Caspian, 64 Bazaar, and 64 Domovan Peak. And I really like this because it gives you a little bit of each world. It gives you the standard vehicle-oriented play, I guess, of Caspian Border. It gives you the half and half of Domovan Peak, half infantry, and then half vehicle play with the scout choppers, the tanks, and the jeeps. And then you get the pretty much, although you do have an LAV, the pretty much infantry-focused gameplay of Bazaar. So I think that is a cool and really actually a pretty good decision on the tournament organizers' parts to include all those maps. Who knows if we're going to see more after that as the week and tournament progresses, but I'm pretty excited with the day one maps. I think they did a good job in choosing those, and I'm pretty excited for the tournament in general. Basically, 128 teams have already signed up, and I think that really bodes well for competitive play because 128 teams in the first tournament and this tournament, basically those 128 teams sign up almost immediately. So I think there actually is a lot more than obviously 128 teams wanting to play competitively. And I think that if this tournament pans out well, if this tournament does well, that it's just going to really increase the player count, so to speak, in the upcoming tournaments. And increased player count means increased prize pools and increased coverage and increased epicness. So I mean, basically, this tournament is going to be the decider, not the decider, so to speak, but it's going to have an influence on how competitive play pans out from this point forward. I think it's going to do well, and I think that we're going to see many more competitive tournaments in the future. Who knows? Maybe even with some significant money to be involved too. That would be pretty sweet, because yeah, that'd be pretty sweet because I would love to make some money off Battlefield. So basically, that's kind of my competitive voice squeak right there. But really, it's my competitive kind of Battlefield 3 analysis, and basically, that's that. So I really want to talk about a few other issues that I think deserve attention right now. And basically, in my last week of playing, they've really become prominent. And let's go ahead and start off with server stability. I'm really, really happy about this. I think that Dice in general has done a great job with ensuring that the servers are up to par. The Flawless Victory server, which is the one that I play on, has only crashed once, and that was because we were fiddling with some options when no one was even in the server. But when it's under full stress at 64 players, it runs like a charm. I live in North America, and the server is based in Europe, and I am still getting excellent connection, almost zero lag, and it's just really good thing to see because basically on week 1 servers were crashing every couple of hours, so just cool to see that improvement. Also, the battle log improvements. Most pronounced, obviously, going to be the server selection options that you can now use. I think that's awesome. I think that they made it a lot easier to select what kind of server you want to play on, and just kind of cool to see them constantly trying to make Battlelog a better feature. Um, I do have one complaint. Basically, Humvee glass I think is incredibly overpowered, if you can use a word for glass, because I can't shoot through it. I can't shoot through Humvee glass with a Barrett sniper rifle, but I can shoot through helicopter glass with a pistol. So, what? Like what? Like what? There's nothing that like what? Like I cannot even say anything other than what right now because that makes absolutely no sense. And it almost makes as much sense as the sun being a giant orb of death in the sky when you look into it, but I'm not really going to complain about the sun because if you're not retarded, you won't look into the sun when you're trying to shoot an enemy, so it's not really that game breaking. So basically, guys, this has been my week 2 kind of analysis of Battlefield, how it's doing, and overall it's doing relatively positive, and I think that the game is basically going to keep growing and keep getting better as time goes on. So basically, I just want to say that overall, week 2, very positive. I think there's been a lot of good changes and really no negative changes other than the fact that I can't shoot through the goddamn Humvee glass. So basically, that's week 2, and this is Heinz Gaming signing off.